Harachata Ashara Anat Malacha Ha'alam Asher Krishanu Mitzvotav V'tzivani Lehitavtiv L'tzitzit. Good morning, Candle Firefly. How are you doing today? Hi, Myla. Good morning, to wake up and to goo in life. Life is goo, yes, indeed. No doubt about that. We're all just primordial goo. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to me. Good morning to all here. How are you doing? What brings you here? To this funny little corner of the internet. What are you expecting? Who are you? Do let me know. Hi, good morning. Yes, I have illusion arms. Special illusion arms. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. So we're going to start this morning, as I start every morning, with words from the book of Deuteronomy. This is an old book, written about 2,600 years ago, in the midst of some political catastrophes. Good morning, Kate. I'm doing well. Good morning, Daya. So the first prayer that we're going to say is called Shema. And Shema means listen. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. I live in a community that is a member of the Federation of Egalitarian Communities, FEC. If you're curious about us, you can Google the FEC commune, and you'll find out all about all the different communities in our network. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Listen, Israel. Listen, you who struggles with God. Isra, struggle. El, God, Yahweh's dad. Dad has a dad, you know. Listen, you who struggles with God. Yahweh, El, Asherah, Echad. These Canaanitic deities you've been familiar with for so long. They're actually all one. Thank you for reminding me that Jesus loves me. Sometimes I forget, but every morning I'm reminded by people like you. And I know you're well-meaning. You saw my video on dumpster diving. Did you like it? I hope so. Here I am, Star Creations. I'm live. Doing the same thing live that I always do. I'm glad you think so. It is 9 o'clock in the morning where I am. What time is it for you? ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר נוחי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Who am I praying to? I'm praying to you, quite literally, actually, right? People often ask who I am praying to, what religion this is, right? And this is an interesting question. I understand it's a question asked in good faith, but it's not a question with a clear answer, right? The clearest answer is yes, indeed, I am praying to all of you. I am praying with all of you, right? We say these various words. We say the words because they are old, because others have said them before us, because the words themselves ask us to say them, and we say them together. You should stop using your brain power to pray and think about your life. Why am I praying to us, to me? Because what else am I to do, right? The divine names that I'm reciting throughout this stream, they're all fictions. And they're all fictions with one similar purpose underneath all of them, which is to connect people together, right? I've been praying in Hebrew star, and we'll switch to Sanskrit later on in the stream, right? And the purpose of these words, quite explicitly, is to connect us together, right? I am seeking a certain kind of emotional experience, and I'm seeking it from you. I'm not seeking it from God. I'm seeking it from the people right here in this virtual space with me, right? And I hope to give you some kind of equivalent experience in exchange, right? We're here together. That's the thing that's worth emphasizing. ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר נוחי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Listen, you who struggles with God. You shall love Yahweh Eloheinu with all your heart, and all your soul, and all your might. And these words which I am repeating to you today, teach them to your children. And recite them when you wake up in the morning, and when you go to bed at night. And say them when you are traveling far away from your home, and when you are in your house. You shall bind them as a symbol on your hand, and let them serve as a sign on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. How many of you have mezuzot? Some of you? Some of you have mezuzahs. Some of you know these words. Some of you have heard them hundreds of times before, thousands of times before, perhaps. And some of you have heard them just now for the first time. The prayer is like a serpent that eats its tail, right? The prayer asks us to copy it. The prayer says, say these words. Which words? These words, right? It goes around in a loop. It contains itself. And to me, that is probably the best representation of the divine that I know of. Right? I think that we exist in a universe which contains itself. I think we are creatures which contain ourselves, right? That is the structure of being that we are. We're fractally nested inside one another. And so I like the rituals that I do. I like the prayers that I say to reflect that. Thank you, Pixie. I really appreciate that sentiment. Sometimes I forget. Often this app makes me forget. The dynamics of attention and social media numbers, view counts, can wreak havoc on your mental health. I can say that firsthand. But it's okay, I'm still here. I'm still here and you're still here. So we can be here together. V'chaya, ki v'chaya Elohecha el ha'aretz asher nispai levatecha le'avram le'Yitzchak ol Yaakov. לתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית, ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת, וברות עצובים אשר לא עשת, כערים מזיתים אשר לא נתת, והלכת ושבת. הישמר לך פן תשכח את יהוה אשר תישך, מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. So what is that prayer? Any of you know it? Have any of you heard it before? Have any of you heard me say it before? Some of you, I'm sure. When Yahweh Eloheinu takes you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you, great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill, take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Yes, Gnarly too. Sometimes I make my voice deep. Because did you know that I have a very large vocal range? And I'm quite proud of it. So why would Yahweh send us back to the house of bondage? Why? Right? This is a land acknowledgement. The prayer says, hey, when you go into those places that you did not earn, right? When you go into houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill, take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage, right? So Yahweh is this interesting divinity here, attributed with the ability to bring his people into a place that is not theirs and give it to them, to steal it from others and give it to them. And just as easily he could return them to a house of bondage, right? If they do not obey his commands. That's the theology, right? So in the same breath, we are acknowledging that the land that we live on is stolen. And at the same time, we are recognizing that land has been stolen from us. Something is caught in my throat. Let me have a sip of water. So, whose land do you live on? I live on Oneida land. Prior to British colonization, this land was lived on and stewarded by the Oneida people. So it goes. Now, do pray tell, what is my real voice? Can you tell me which one is real? Is this one real? Is this one real? Which one is real? Is this one real? I think they're all real. I think they're all voices. How I choose to sound is completely up to me. And I choose to sound this way because I like the way that people treat me when I sound this way. Whose land do you live on? Let me know. Whose land do you live on? It's important to know, right? The land that you live on is stolen, I promise you. Who stole it? And who was it stolen from? Let me know. Kajananam bhutaganati sevitam kapita jambupala sarabakshitam Ummasutam Sukavinasakarnam, Mahamatim Divyamayuravahanam, Ridasyasrinam Surasainanatam, Guham Sadanam Saranam Prapadye, Yakuhendu Tusaraharatvala, Yasupravasvarita, Yavina Varandamanditakara, Yasvita Padmasana, Yabramachuta Sankara Pratrapi Devasata Pujita, Samampatu Saraswati Bhagavati Nihe Satyatyapa, Om Namah Shivaya Gurave, Sachidananda Murtaye, Nisparanjaya Santaya, Shishivanandaya Te Namaha, Shri Vishnu Devanandaya Te Namaha, Om Sarva Mangla Manglaye, Shive Savarta Sadike, Saranye Trayambake Gauri, Narayani Namostute, Narayani Namostute, Om. Oh, 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 I repeat the name of the Divine Mother Narayani, who brings auspiciousness to those who repeat her name. You live in Finland and you're being taken care of by the church. They bring you food twice a week. Interesting. Very interesting. What a life. Very different from my life. Yet it's still alive. We're all still alive here, right now, in this moment. Crazy. Trayambakam yajamahe, Sugandim pushche vardhanam, Orva rukami bhavandanan, Mrityor mukshiyamamritatom, Trayambakam yajamahe, Sugandim pushche vardhanam, Orva rukami bhavandanan, Mrityor mukshiyamamritatom, Sarvesham svastir bhavatu sarvesham, shantir bhavatu sarvesham, purnam bhavatu sarvesham, mangalam bhavatu. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashantu makashid dukhabhag bhave, asatoma satgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityur mamritam gamaya, om purnamadam purnamidam purnat, purnamudachyate, purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vishishate, om shanti shanti shanti, om peace, peace, peace. Om. That outer world is full. This inner world also full. From fullness comes fullness, taking fullness from fullness. Fullness remains, like a serpent that eats its tail, or a bush which burns and is not consumed. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Good morning, Yaya Aaron. Good morning, all my friends and my enemies. Look how many people in this stream want to hurt me. Isn't that funny? I think it's really interesting. I don't really understand why you desire to hurt me. But here you are in this space with me. We're here together. Sharing attention, sharing energy, sharing words. So here we are. People are very confusing. People are very confusing. It's true. I don't want to pray to my maker. No, no. I just want to be what I see. Not just who I am, but the pink and golden land and that wide, wild sky over me. Help me to the sun. Hey, I'm looking everywhere. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. pray. And it's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Woo-hoo, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven, and forgotten of our sins. And I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, pardon, Dad and Mom. What I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray. No. I don't want to pray. No, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. Pray. I love Allah, Allah made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good, and Anat made bad. Elohim made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made. But I don't want to pray to my Maker. I just want to be what I see. Not like in a book, or the leaves of trees that shook from a word that means only not a thing. No, 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 no. Pardon, God and Mom. What I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. Pray. I love Allah, Allah made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good, and Anat made bad. Elohim made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made me. Every day I fall deeper and deeper into insanity. You know that's certainly true? Absolutely, it's true. It's true for me, it's true for you. I'm glad you like my voice. Took a lot of practice. My voice used to sound like this, and now it sounds like this. And actually it sounds like all of them. But I like the diversity in my voice. I'm very proud of it. And it makes me really happy to receive compliments. What language is that? That was English. That was English, although I was repeating the name of Canaanitic divinity names. So it goes. So I have a couple more prayers for you today. Just a couple more. The first is called Arati. Arati means flame or light in Sanskrit. So we have a little flame here, little ritual light to share with you all. So the prayer that we're about to say is about this flame, right? And the refrain, Jaya Jayarati, we wave the light. We wave the light. Jaya Jayarati. We wave the light, and then we repeat. We repeat the names of various divinities. Most of them from the Indian subcontinent, right? We'll talk about Ganesh. Here's Ganesh. Ganesh had his head chopped off by his father, not unlike Isaac. So we'll repeat the names of various divinities like Ganesh and Kali, and Venugopala and Gauri and Hanuman, and to all of them we will wave the light. Okay. And after the Arati, we'll say Kaddish. Kaddish is named for another goddess, this goddess, Kaddish. So Arati, and then Kaddish, shall we? Yes. Jaya Jayarati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jayarati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jayarati Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jayarati Venkanta Ramana Venkanta Ramana Sankata Harana Sita Ramarathe Shama Jaya Jayarati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Sambasada Shiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jayarati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jaya Rati Anjaneya, Anjaneya Hanumanta, Jaya Jaya Rati Dattatreya, Dattatreya Trimutriyavatara, Jaya Jaya Rati Adityaya, Adityaya Bhaskareya, Jaya Jaya Rati Sanishcharaya, Sanishcharaya Bhaskaraya, Jaya Jaya Rati Sankaracharya, Sankaracharya Advaita Gurave, Jaya Jaya Rati Sadgurunata, Sadgurunata Shivananda, Jaya Jaya Rati Vishnu Devananda, Vishnu Devananda, Vishnu Devananda, Jaya Jaya Rati Agastya Munaye, Agastya Munaye Shriyama Priyaye, Jaya Jaya Rati Ayapa Swamine, Ayapa Swamine Dharma Shastave, Jaya Jaya Rati Jesus Gurave, Moses Gurave, Buddha Gurave, Jaya Jaya Rati Muhammad Gurave, Guru Nanak Gurave, Samastya Gurubho Namaha, Jaya Jaya Rati Avanugopala. Om Namah Shivaya. Natatrasya bhati natandra karatam nevavidyo bhati kutoya magni tvameva bantamanabanti sarvam tasya basya samidam vivanti om gange kayamune kaiva govari saraswati narmate siddhi kaveri namastitam namo namaha. Twameva mata chabita twameva bandusha saka twameva vidya dravinam twameva sarvam mama deva kayina vacha manasendriyarva budyat manava prakriti sabhavat karomi yad mangalam parasmahi narayanaiti sarmarpayami Sarvadharmam pravichaya mamekam savarnambraja aham spa sarva papayo mukshayami masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these I dedicate to you, to all of you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. This language is Sanskrit, my friends. Sanskrit is the name of the language. And now we're going to switch. We're going to move into a different tradition, back into Hebrew. Hello, Craig. You want to know me? Well, if you'd like to get to know me better, you can join my Discord server. That's the best way to actually communicate with me directly. There's a link in my bio if you'd like to join it. And you can message me on Discord and we can chat. I'm very responsive on the internet, you know. We can have a parasocial relationship, if you like. I do wonder why you all are here. I wonder for every single one of you, not just the ones of you who are unspeakably cruel, but also the ones who give me praise. And everything in between. Why are you here? What brings you here? What keeps us connected? I wish I knew. I wish I understood. Because if I understood it better, I could utilize it better, right? I could connect better. I don't know. This platform still mystifies me. What I do this morning still confuses me. And yet I do it so frequently. You get lonely. Because we're connected spiritually. I suppose that's true. You find me interesting. Well, I find you all very interesting. Even when you misgender me, I find you interesting. Maybe I find you interesting because you misgender me, sometimes. Anyhow, now we're going to say Kaddish. I'm going to say Kaddish. Kaddish, the word Kaddish derives, I believe, from this goddess, Kaddish, right? She's named after places in the Levant, or maybe the places are named after her. You can see she rides a lion, and she holds snakes and lilies, and she arouses gods. What an interesting figure. Right? There were cities named after her, those cities were destroyed. There are prayers named after her, we say those prayers every day. I seem to know myself. Oh, sometimes. But I didn't know I was a woman until I was like 28, so some things can stay hidden from you from a long time, for a long time. I make you want to connect more to all the higher beings, and who are they? Are you sure they exist? Kaddish. Today, Kaddish is a prayer of mourning. We say Kaddish to acknowledge the suffering of all those who came before us. Right? Here's the tree of life, right? This tree has every living creature that exists on this planet. And in the empty spots of this tree, what we can see is suffering. All living creatures live and suffer and die. And so we say Kaddish for all those who died yesterday of coronavirus, and for all those other sources of death and injustice that have plagued the living since our lineage began 3.8 billion years ago. And for the last 2,500 years, my ancestors have been saying these words in response to death. And if there is anyone you have lost in your life, anything you are mourning, anything in your life you are trying desperately to let go of and having difficulty doing so, please put their names in the chat, right? We can use this shared space that we have together, this brief period of time together. We can use this shared space to let go of what we are grieving. So, with that, we will say Kaddish for all those who require it. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah b'yamad yivrach yutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachonu v'yamechonu v'chayed kol beit Yisrael v'galav v'zman kariv v'yimru. Amen. V'yitgadal v'yitgadash v'yitpa'ar v'yirman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudish ha'b'richu le'elah min kol b'rchata v'shirata tush v'chata v'nechemata d'yamiran b'yamav v'yimru. Amen. Yesh lamar Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. O say shalom b'mrama. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Whoa, what just happened? Wait for it. Hu ya'aseh shalom b'mrama. Something just happened in my brain. Let's try that again. Let's start from the beginning. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah b'yamad yivrach yutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayachonu v'yamechonu v'chayed kol beit Yisrael v'galav v'zman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yirman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudish ha'b'richu le'elah min kol b'rchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata d'yamiran b'yamav v'yimru. Amen. Yesh lamar Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. O say shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Good morning, Jolie. Oh, say shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'yimru. V'yimru. Amen. It's Sunday, so you're here. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. Well, that concludes our morning prayers. Now it's time to eat some rice. Now it's time to eat some rice. Jolie, how have you been? It's been a few weeks. How is your semester going? You have a couple more weeks until you're done. And then you're done? You graduating a semester early, or you're done at the end of this year? So, I'm going to turn the camera around now so you can see the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros looks like this. Hey look, there's me in a screen. There's a serpent in the screen. It's eating itself. Forever and forever, infinitely recursive. That is the most important image you'll see today. It's probably not true. According to me it is, though. I'm the one you're listening to right now.